Let's talk about the Democrats in terms of how they interact with the media publicly, the kind of attention they get. And you say it's because they're very risk averse.
Yeah.
They don't want negative attention.
They don't.
And what's wrong with that?
What's interesting about this is, at the same time Trump has been very successful, if you look at other races, Republicans have lost a ton of winnable races by nominating candidates who courted too much negative attention. The voters were like, I don't like that person. I mean, we just had a race in North Carolina, which is a great example. Lieutenant Governor there, Mark Robinson, lost by 13 points. Now, he's kind of an outrageous guy, kind of a troll, says all sorts of controversial things. He had a username that he denies was him on a porn message board called Nude Africa, where he declared himself a black Nazi. But even before that, he said things in public all the time. Mm-hmm. Some people need killing, for instance, that were very controversial. And here, he did not do well. Like, Josh Stein, who's now the governor of North Carolina, ran a low attention, I'm a likable dude race, and it worked. So the Democrats' instinct to avoid negative attention has worked for them in some places. It's won them races at the lower level. At the top of American politics, I think what we've learned, attention is so important that if you're constantly making the choice to avoid the possibility of negative attention, even if it means people are paying no attention to you, you are making a poor trade. And that's something that national Democrats keep doing, and I think they are suffering for it.
So what are you saying? If you had to advise them, you would say get out there more.
Talk to
even
people.
If you say something stupid, you have to get out there. But what if the stupid comment is the thing that everybody focuses on? How do you get over that?
Part of the solution is to go say something the next day, too. There is a real problem if you do fewer interviews. A gaffe, something you say, is going to be magnified. If you're doing interviews all the time, J.D. Vance did interviews a ton. He said a ton of stuff that attracted negative attention. It was washed out by the next day. I think politicians should write their own social media posts. I think they should go on Instagram Live. I think they should go on podcasts. I think they should talk to people. I think they should not be afraid of saying stuff. I think if you say something wrong, just say something else. I think people have gotten more forgiving about gaffes, partly because everyone's saying stuff publicly all the time through social media, and more people have the first-person experience of saying something that you wish you could take back or didn't quite get across what you wanted to say.
Right.
And I think that's part of what we've seen happen, where things that used to be disqualifying, we would say, that would be an enormous scandal, don't mean anything anymore. And I think it's partly because everyone's generating content. Everyone's had the experience of like saying something someone took out of context. And so people are much more forgiving. And I think that means you should just talk more, like go communicate to people.